Heyo! Welcome to the PlanetSide 2 Melee overview. My name is Rundar The First, and I'm going to be narrating for Rundar in this video. Before we start, let's get a couple things out of the way. First, the purpose of this video is to show that meleeing is powerful, and all players should learn to use it properly. If you want more specific information, like the basics, mechanics, numbers, etc., you can find it in the written guide at rundar.net. Link is in the video description. Second, collecting proper melee footage is hard. The examples in this video are not always perfect, and may feature situations when meleeing is not strictly necessary. Now, let's begin. In PlanetSide 2, melee weapons are represented by a large variety of knives, and they can be used in two ways, quick knife and wielded. Quick knife attacks are nearly instant and easy to hit, but have a lengthy recovery time afterwards, so they are usually used as a finisher after you take a few shots at the enemy, which is called a melee combo. Learning to correctly perform melee combos will give you a huge advantage in close quarters combat, as it can cut down the time to kill by half or more. As an example, this enemy receives 2 headshots and a melee strike for a near instant kill. Due to internet delay and client-side hit detection, the advantage is given to whomever closes the distance and strikes first. On your screen, you may be up close, stabbing the enemy, while on his screen you're still a few steps away. Here are some things you must keep in mind when going for a melee combo. Do not try to melee combo heavy assaults. It is impossible to predict how many shots you need to hit before the knife is lethal. Either just shoot them to death or wield the knife and stab them. Focus on hitting your shots and the melee swing. Quick knife strikes a single enemy in a wide arc in front of you. It will not hit if the enemy is behind your character model. If you're doing a melee combo out of a sprint, there will be a delay before you can shoot or swing. Account for it. Do not get greedy. Make a decision if going for a knife kill is justified or just reckless. Have a contingency plan if your melee fails to kill, or you can't reach the enemy. Be always ready to melee. In PlanetSide 2, melee is severely underused and underrated. Few people will try it, but just in case, you need to be ready in the event that they do. Pretty much all of it is a matter of habit, but as long as you keep these points in mind, a melee combo will help you pull off some amazing things and get kills you normally wouldn't have been able to get. Wielding knives allows you to perform strikes faster and do special things like headshots and attacking out of a sprint. But individual swings are harder to hit and require proper aiming. Since there are 2 ways you can use the knife, it is up to you to choose the correct method. In general, quick knifing is better for when you need only 1 swing, while wielding is preferable when you need more, and it's a solid option for silent assassinations or hardcore melee combat. Going for a melee can be dangerous. You will be standing right next to enemies and you will often get shot by your allies as well. This is bound to happen at some point. Do not get mad at them. You cannot expect them to hold fire just because you're there, which they might not even see right away. Power knives are an alternative to standard and cosmetic knives. Their swings are slower, but in wielded mode they can be activated to do more than double damage, effectively killing any infantry unit in one hit, with the exception of a shielded heavy. They can still be one-shotted with a headshot though. Power knives shift the balance of power from melee combos to wielded attacks. They are a worthy alternative, but can be harder to use due to requiring more attention in a hectic CQC setting. Power knives are great for assassinating multiple unaware enemies, or facilitating a daring comeback on an incoming enemy. What to do if you want to farm melee kills specifically? You can get melee kills with any class, but obviously Stalker Infiltrator is going to be the easiest. Light Assault and other Infiltrator cloaks are strong in that regard as well. For melee combos, you will want a weapon that can inflict more than 625 damage in one shot, which should make a knife follow-up lethal against most targets. An example would be a shotgun or the crossbow. For wielded kills, you will want to look for unaware groups of enemies, usually ridge snipers and medic balls with reflexes of a potato. For Stalker Infiltrators, the favorite trick is interception. You wait in deep cloak as an enemy is running at you, and when it gets close, decloak and combo him. In some special circumstances, he might not see it coming at all. Due to client-side hit detection, it may appear as if you just decloaked and stabbed him in the back. But in most cases, you will want to take initiative and close the distance yourself, as even in deep cloak, the enemy might see you up close or just turn around and run elsewhere. For light assaults, the favorite maneuver is the Hawk Drop, which is where you combo an enemy as you descend upon him from the sky. When chasing an unaware enemy, both melee out of sprint and while jumping are viable techniques, but unless you are running adrenaline pump, you will have to rely on cutting corners or the enemy stopping to close the distance. If you are playing Infiltrator for melee kills, consider using Adrenaline Pump. It allows you to cover more distance while cloaked, and get into melee range easier, especially now that you can melee out of sprint. With the latest changes to melee weapons, you should be able to reliably hit an enemy if he's just backpedaling from you. This video is now concluded. We strongly recommend you check out the written melee guide, and if you still have any questions or comments, we'd be glad to answer them down below. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time!